So, quick update for what I am planning on doing tomorrow. I am going to be continuing on wet sanding, this one that I'm working on at the moment, which is made out of walnut and ash. It's one I'd made at least well over a year ago, and I honestly didn't get back to it until yesterday, because when I first completed it, I didn't like the look of it. I did not like the look of it, and it wasn't until I recently finished a wand made from walnut and silver birch, predominantly walnut, but still some silver birch in there. That I thought about going back to this particular wand. And I think what kind of drew me away, because at first I thought I didn't like the look of it. There was something, off with it. It wasn't quite how I thought it would be when I originally drew the initial sketch of it out. But I think looking back at it, I think it's because, this was probably one of the first ones I made with walnut, and certainly of this particular style, because it's capped at both ends with ash, so it's not full all the way through. But I think just kind of like, I think it was the first time using, properly making something out of walnut, not being able to see what the end result of the sanding would have it look like. That made me not want to follow through and complete it. But it wasn't until I did the Dumbledore wand a few days ago, where I was like, okay, no, walnut is a good wood because it comes out, its finish is really lovely and it's worth sanding down to. Where I thought, I'll come back to this one, and I realised, yeah, it's a simple design, but it looks really good. And knowing what the outcome of a fully sanded walnut wand looks like, I think that is what helped me, encouraged me to go, let's get back into it, let's get finishing this wand, because it can come to look like a really good wand at the end of the day. And ash and walnut, I think, do make a good combination when it comes to, because ash is such a lighter colour compared to walnut. I think it is truly going to stand out, especially when I put the linseed and beeswax, linseed oil and the beeswax coat on it. I think it's properly going to help them both stand out on each other at the end of the day. So yeah, so tomorrow I'll be finishing off the wet sanding of this. I'm currently at 320 grit. I'll be going all the way up to 10,000 as I usually do. Excuse me. And then there's another wand over here on the table that it's the pommel of the one that I need to work on. That I might make some lily leaves, petals, carve some lily petals out of it, make it look like it's a blooming lily. I might not get onto that particular one tomorrow. I might end up doing another one tomorrow, because I've got some red grandis over here, beautiful pink wood. There's a one that I made, a style one that I made a good year ago, one of the first ones that I think I can reproduce really well, that I've got a really solid liking for, that I'm going to make out of Red Grandis. I think, again, when I get the linseed oil, and I've started using linseed oil, tried it on a one that I finished on Friday, brought out the colour brilliantly. I think the linseed oil will get the Red Grandis popping, because that's a beautiful, and even just on its own right now. Like it's hard to tell via camera, you need to be seeing it up close in person, but it's got a beautiful pink streaks running out of it. It looks more brown. Probably looks more brown on camera than it does in real life, but it's a beautiful pink colour, and I think especially if you combine it with something like maple and silver birch, I think, you know, if I were to make these are the three woods that I'll probably combine together really well, just like I would combine maple with walnut, which is a really good wood for maple. But yeah, when combined with silver birch and maple, Red Grandis really pops out. I'm really looking forward to putting some linseed oil on this, because I think that will really make it just go bam, especially when it comes to camera, because I think it's, like I said, hard to tell right now just on its own, but when it's coated and fully finished to the 10,000 grit and the linseed oil and the beeswax, I think it will make it beautifully finished and properly stand out in its colour, which is a gloriously pink colour.